Let's kick things off with the Observer, and Labour are surging in the polls, apparently, Dean.
That's right. As we mentioned previously, Labour surges as Tory fears grow over Truss's tax cut agenda. Likely PM's policies will mean big trouble, say critics, as Starmer's energy price initiative boosts him in the polls. Basically, Liz Truss has suggested that some tax cuts will encourage investment within the UK economy and will avoid what she perceives to be the inevitable cost of living crisis deepening and worsening. However, she has many detractors, particularly within her own party, including recently dismissed and Levelling Up Minister Michael Gove, who said she is on holiday from reality. While this is all happening, Labour continues to climb in the polls and are enjoying a 43% increase, 15 points ahead of the Conservatives on 28%, which is one of the biggest leads they've had in 10 years. So she has a lot of critics regarding her approach.
Yeah. Not
looking great. I mean, for me, I think it's fine. I think Liz Truss is a fit-in replacement for Boris Johnson. And in terms of some of the outlandish claims she's making, if she does assume the ministerial level of Prime Minister.
So you think she's an improvement on Boris Johnson?
I mean, again, I have more of an ulterior motive. And for me personally, and I'm sure that a lot of the viewers here can agree with me, I just love the schadenfreude of watching some of the British public have to choose between a woman, an Asian man and a left-leaning gentleman in the form of Keir Starmer.
Yeah, and you're making it sound as if that's a difficult choice for Tories, when in fact their leadership race was probably the most diverse leadership race in British political history, and certainly more diverse than anything in the Labour Party. Do you think, Ben, Labour's lead in the polls could translate? What do you think about this? Could it translate to electoral success?
It might be a bit early, mightn't it? Because, you know, these things happen and then they're forgotten in the whole news agenda. But it's a sort of, you know, you're shooting at an open goal, aren't you, when you say we're going to help you not slide into poverty.
Yeah.
And you would have thought one of the Conservative leadership hopefuls might have used a similar tactic by now.
Yeah.
They're weirdly not bothered by that, which is, you'd think they'd at least be pretending they were going to do something.
Exactly, yeah, because politicians are great at saying what you want to hear, so you vote for them. And so you'd think they'd do that, then get in and be like, well, actually, you know what, I can't do that.
Yeah, and similarly, I guess it's quite easy for the opposition to make all sorts of claims when they're so far from power. But, you know, we'll see, won't we?
Yeah, and also Truss's tax cuts. I mean, I'd have thought, you know, the money you save in tax, you could spend on electricity. I don't know, just...
I mean, there has to be electricity to spend it on. So there's only so much more money can stretch. It can't actually be transformed. But I think, there seems to be a distinct amount of worry from Conservative colleagues, particularly they don't think that she will be able to hold on to the red wall, which the Conservatives were able to reclaim from Labour.
Yeah.
And I don't think it actually sits well with a lot of the blue wall. And they've seen, a considerate decline as even Dominic Raab has gone on to criticise Liz Truss's approach, as none of these people seem to believe that her proposition will encourage more enhancement of the economy from investment from larger enterprises and business.
Yeah, so you could see Truss falling between two stools and pleasing neither the red wall or the you know, the sort of the traditional Tory voters.
Well, I think she's trying to appeal maybe to potential donors and maybe larger businesses, but I think she is been massively ignorant of some of the apprehension of investment that overseas interests may have, as well as the fact that we are still going towards a cost of living crisis. Yeah. And because of the fact that Keir Starmer has taken initiative to tell people what they want, particularly at this point in time, it seems that she's not particularly cognizant of what is needed from potential voters.
Right, yeah.
Perhaps she's standing on two stools to look over the red wall. See how things go.
Sounds dangerous.